Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. I've just returned back from Seme, where we took the body of Mary Abila, one of our cousins who perished in that tragic road accident, who will be buried tomorrow. And maybe you could also just let me know where you're watching this video from. Ladies and gentlemen, Jubilee Party is in chaos. Kanini Kega, who is a member of the East African Legislative Assembly, has expelled Uhuru Kenyatta's key allies, David Murathe and Jeremiah Kioni, from Jubilee Party. In this video, I want us to look at the implication or the motive behind Kanini Kega's move. Because if you ask me, Kanini Kega is not qualified, in my view, to challenge Uhuru Kenyatta. But we all know that Kanini Kega is not acting as Kanini Kega. Kanini Kega is actually doing the bidding for President William Samoei Arap Ruto. According to Kanini Kega, he has expelled the two for three main reasons. Number one, gross misconduct. Number two, disrespecting the party. And number three, that these two individuals have actually failed to carry their duties as officials of Jubilee Party. In this video, I want us to focus on the objective, because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And just like I explained yesterday, we are going to have a fundraiser as a family from online fundraiser as a family from 9:30 p.m. Kenyan time. So for those who would want to syndicate me, you can send on the numbers, my numbers, which you normally have, and I'll present them to the committee. Hopefully, most of you guys responded initially on the very day we got this calamity, and we have always, as a family, we are grateful. You just don't know how many lives you saved through that act alone. Now, let us get into this issue. Why would Kanini Kega, who follow the people, expel Jeremiah Kioni? And do they have that right? Because previously, Jeremiah Kioni had also expelled Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege from Jubilee Party. Why would he attempt to make those moves? Number one, if you ask me, William Ruto is actually taking the war right to the doorsteps of Uhuru Kenyatta. Otherwise, there is no way Kanini Kega would single out David Murathe and Jeremiah Kioni. When we talk of David Murathe, we are talking of one eye of Uhuru Kenyatta. The moment you will not see Murathe in Jubilee, just know Jubilee is no more. Jeremiah Kioni was appointed by Uhuru Kenyatta himself as the SG. The other day, when you saw the fights for the control of Jubilee Party taken physically to Jubilee Party headquarters, you saw Uhuru Kenyatta personally going to that office and declaring his support for Jeremiah Kioni. Now, Kanini Kega, from nowhere, is getting the guts to write a letter through what is calling disciplinary committee to expel those two individuals. Tell me if these guys are not taking the war right to Uhuru Kenyatta's doorsteps. And are they going to succeed? If you ask me, Ruto is not Uhuru. Ruto can actually scheme so well, and he can frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta. And in this war, I can predict that Uhuru Kenyatta is going to be humiliated unless he takes drastic action. For me, I've never seen anything which stops Uhuru Kenyatta from storming Kanini Kega's meeting the way he stormed that other one and listening to them that, okay, you've convened Jubilee Party meeting, I'm present. Now say what you want to say. Tell me on my face why you want to remove them. So for me, Ruto is generally taking his political fight with Jubilee Party right to Uhuru Kenyatta's doorstep. So that's number one. Number two, I also tend to think that all these moves are actually intended to invalidate Uhuru Kenyatta's NDC, National Delegates Convention, which is scheduled to take place on Tuesday, 22nd. Initially, what they did was that they attempted to frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta by blocking Bomas of Kenya. Then Uhuru Kenyatta told them, it's okay. You can have your Bomas of Kenya. I have two more venues. I'm told one of them is Nyeri, which in my view is very wrong. If Uhuru is planning to convene NDC in Nyeri, that would be bad. Because Rigathi Gachagua is going to beat Uhuru Kenyatta in Nyeri like Burukenge, unless Uhuru Kenyatta will employ the services of Maina Njenga, who is highly respected by the youths there. But in my view, all these things are intended to invalidate that NDC so that someone will go to court. Because remember, they've even attempted to go to court. I'm not sure whether they've gotten the relief from court. The venue they tried to block. Now, by expelling these guys, it means they are laying an elaborate scheme so that in case someone will go to court to challenge that NDC, they'll claim that that NDC was convened or was presided over by Kanini Kega and Jeremiah Kioni, who had actually been expelled. Someone will go to the court probably to ask for the interpretation whether Kanini Kega is the duly nominated or elected Jubilee Party Secretary General. So for me, they are trying to invalidate, because if that NDC is going to take place, then all their schemes, all their other political schemes are going to hit dead end. Number three, I think Ruto is keen or is developing a strategy, an elaborate strategy to frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta. He doesn't want Uhuru Kenyatta to take control of Jubilee Party. And by Uhuru Kenyatta failing to take control of Jubilee Party, what is going to happen is that Uhuru Kenyatta is going to retire from politics. William Ruto has made all attempts to force Uhuru Kenyatta to retire from politics, including frustrating his international trips and assignments. But Uhuru Kenyatta has told him, I'm not, including even attempting to block his benefit. Uhuru Kenyatta has told them, you can take those benefits. I don't need them. So which means they must come up with a better way of forcing Uhuru out of politics. So why do you think he's setting up Kanini Kega? Who is Kanini Kega? If I may ask you. Who is Kanini Kega to challenge Uhuru Kenyatta? A former president? A person who was singing his songs just the other day? He can't do this alone. There is the hand of William Ruto. And that hand is just out to frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta so that Uhuru Kenyatta can surrender. I'm not seeing Uhuru Kenyatta surrendering. In fact, if you ask me, Uhuru Kenyatta still has other options, because Jubilee as a political party is going to die a natural death. Number four, in my view, I tend to think that Ruto is already scheming for 2027. And I want to challenge Raila, Kalonzo, Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, Wajakoya the Fifth, and any other individual that if they joke, then Ruto is going to humiliate them. Ruto is already plotting. UD already has a presidential candidate. Probably they also have a running mate. On this other side, these guys are still playing games. They don't know who is going to be their presidential candidate. Mapema and your best, they need to start now. Ruto is scheming. And the scheme is to ensure that there is no Jubilee in Mount Kenya. because this Jubilee in Mount Kenya can actually make a comeback. Uhuru Kenyatta can decide to make a comeback. There's something which is happening in the mountain currently, and I've seen several videos of Kikuyu musicians composing songs apologizing to Uhuru Kenyatta. And those songs are actually trending. Why do you think musicians can compose songs apologizing to Uhuru Kenyatta for not listening to him? It means Uhuru Kenyatta, there's a way he can make a comeback. The only way he can make a comeback is through Jubilee Party. In fact, for those who followed the politics on this particular channel ahead of the last election, I always opined that as much as Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to be a presidential candidate, he needed to have Jubilee Party strong and full control. He failed to control members of parliament from Jubilee Party. That is his one undoing. But the fact is, Ruto is scheming for 2027. He doesn't want Jubilee as a political party to emerge and any other political party to emerge from the mountain, because Mount Kenya is actually part and parcel of William Ruto's politics. And lastly, politics is a game of numbers. And because politics is a game of numbers, Ruto wants to create that perception that Kenya Kwanza is the dominant party. Let's face the truth. After the last election, Azimio had more members of parliament, they had more senators. Those are facts you can't deny. But Ruto schemed and he managed to sway members of parliament from northern Kenya to his side. Independent to his side. Then a few ones here, there to his side. Then Jubilee. So if he will succeed in having Jubilee on his side, because how many members of Jubilee Party, how many members of parliament from Jubilee Party are still with Uhuru Kenyatta? Very few. If he can persuade and take control of Jubilee Party, then the members of parliament there will sign a post-election agreement and they'll shift to Kenya Kwanza side. The moment they'll shift to Kenya Kwanza side, it will be game over for Azimio. Ruto will brag of numbers in parliament. So for me, William Ruto is scheming for those four things: taking what Uhuru Kenyatta's doorstep, attempt to invalidate the NDC, which is supposed to happen on Monday, or is it Tuesday? Ruto's strategy to frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto's schemes for 2022, and politics being a game of numbers. I don't know what you think. That's my take. And please, can you tell me something today? Because I want to read your comments. Suggest for me a topic which you want me to do tomorrow. I'm going to read each and every comment. And on the first comment on this post, which I'm going to pin, I'm going to attach paybill number. I'm going to attach my numbers, the numbers you normally have. I'm also going to attach the Cash App for those who want to support us. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.